Greetings, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Namaste. I am Laura Stanciu from Romania. And first of all, I wish to express my gratitude to IDYM for offering me the opportunity to share my views on this global platform. I'm an educator, and today I would like to give you my perspective on EQ versus IQ. When a teacher is asked how the ideal student looks like, probably the first description that comes to mind is intelligent. The best students in a class are always described as intelligent. But is that sufficient for becoming successful later in life? And the question is, how can we recognize an intelligent student? Is he or she that student who is the first to find a solution to a problem, who is quick to understand the teacher's questions? Or is intelligence determined by consistency and determination, by the time that the students dedicate to studying? The word intelligence comes from the Latin word intelligere, which means to understand, thus describing a person's high or especially quick cognitive capacity. What is IQ? The IQ, which is short for intelligence quotient, is a measure of a person's reasoning ability. The IQ is supposed to determine how well someone can use information and logic to answer questions or make predictions. IQ tests are meant to assess this by measuring short and long-term memory. They also measure how well people can solve puzzles and recall information they've heard and how quickly they can do that. The world's first mental test was created in 1890. Consisted of tasks measuring the speed and accuracy of perception. It soon turned out, however, that such tasks cannot predict academic achievement. Therefore, they are probably imperfect measures of anything we would call intelligence. The first modern-day IQ test was created by the French psychologist Alfred Binet in 1905 in order to be able to identify children who cannot keep up with their peers in the educational system that had recently been made compulsory for all. Binet believed that IQ could be increased by education. The term IQ was coined in 1912 by the psychologist William Stern in relationship to the German term Intelligenzenquotient. At that time, IQ was represented as a ratio of mental age to chronological age times 100. So if an individual of 10 years of age had a mental age of 10, their IQ would be 100. However, if their mental age was greater than their chronological age, example 12 rather than 10, their IQ would be 120. Similarly, if their mental age was lower than their chronological age, their IQ would be lower than 100. Emotional intelligence, otherwise known as emotion quotient or EQ, is the ability to understand, use, and manage your own emotions in positive ways, to relieve stress, communicate effectively, empathize with others, overcome challenges, and diffuse conflict. So, IQ and EQ are equally important. Emotional intelligence helps you build stronger relationships, succeed at school and work, and achieve your career and personal goals. It can also help you to connect with your feelings, turn intention into action, and make informed decisions about what matters most to you. There is the interpersonal EQ, how you manage your emotions internally, the self-awareness, self-regulation, and motivation, and the interpersonal EQ, how you manage others' emotions externally. And it deals with empathy and social skills. IQ is basically a number representing a person's reasoning ability, while EQ is the ability to perceive, evaluate, and control emotions. The intelligence quotient and the emotional quotient. We need intelligence as well as emotions in our lives. In order to be balanced, we need intelligence, we need we need the ability to solve problems, and we need the ability to communicate well and to manage our emotions. IQ involves the knowledge and skills we acquire throughout life, and our ability to reason, solve problems, and understand abstract information. While EQ has 4 components: perceiving emotions, reasoning with emotions, understanding emotions, and managing emotions. And more explanations about emotional intelligence, which is commonly defined by these 4 attributes: self-management, the ability to control impulsive feelings and behaviors, the way we manage our emotions in healthy ways, take initiative, follow through on commitments, and adapt to changing circumstances. Self-awareness, we recognize that emotions, our own emotions, and how they affect our thoughts and behavior. You know your strengths and weaknesses and have self-confidence. Social awareness, you have empathy. You can understand the emotions, needs, and concerns of other people. Pick up on emotional cues, feel comfortable socially, and recognize the power dynamics in a group or organization. Relationship management, you know how to develop and maintain good relationships. Communicate clearly, inspire, and influence others. Work well in a team and manage conflict. We also can improve our emotional intelligence. Assertive communication. Emotionally intelligent people know how to communicate their opinions and needs in a direct way while still respecting others. We need to respond instead of reacting to conflict. The emotionally intelligent person knows how to stay calm during stressful situations. They don't make impulsive decisions that can lead to even bigger problems. We need to listen in an active way. In conversation, emotionally intelligent people listen for clarity instead of just waiting for their turn to speak. They make sure that they understand what is being said before responding. They also pay attention to the non-verbal details of a conversation, on which this can prevent misunderstandings, and it allows the listener to respond properly and show respect for the person they are speaking to. To be emotionally intelligent, we need to be motivated. We need to have a good attitude. We need to set goals and to be resilient in the face of challenges. Practice ways to maintain a positive attitude, and this can be done by engaging in prayer, in meditation during the day, or simply keeping positive messages nearby. Practice self-awareness. Emotionally intelligent people are self-aware and intuitive. They are aware of their own emotions and how they can affect those around them. They also pick up on others' emotions and body language and use that information to enhance their communication skills. We need to empathize with others, to know their feelings and to respond well to those emotions. And we need to be approachable and sociable. IQ deals with analytic thought, while EQ deals with holistic thought. Having an high IQ means dealing with logic, memory, language, hyperactivity, concentration, and comprehension, while emotional intelligence deals with intuition, empathy, art, music, creativity, awareness, and motivation. Thank you so much. Always remember to motivate your students to be the best version of themselves. We need problem-solving skills and brain power, and we need to motivate our students to be academically brilliant. But We also need social awareness. We need social skills. We need to be able to manage relationship and to build connections. We need the ability to recognize and understand emotions and how they can affect others. Thank you so much for your attention.